My name is Petr Cancura. I'm a musician from Ottawa, and I'm the programming manager of the Ottawa Jazz Festival. I'm very involved in programming and the Canadian music scene, collaborating with a lot of musicians from across the country as well as the States. We had a fantastic season last year of the Crossroads, a series that I curate and direct, where I arrange the music of singer-songwriters in a more of a jazz and jazz roots context. It's a meeting of a lot of different styles and different genres and different scenes of people. That goes from stage to offstage. The beautiful thing is you get an audience full of jazz and folk fans that maybe have never met. And likewise, at the first rehearsals, always everybody's shaking hands of people who have never met before. So it's a beautiful thing. But the other reason is more historic, and the name Crossroad comes up in a lot of different blues and folk albums and titles, and I think it has to do partially with kind of the nostalgia and the feel of those genres. So I think it was very fitting because it has all these layers. What attracts me about combining these different music is I love this raw storytelling of folk music and of songwriting. It's about the story, and that sometimes gets lost in jazz. But I love the excitement of improvising jazz. You can get an energy from the virtuosity of instruments that folk music doesn't see. And there's no reason why those two can't coexist. So this series is really to be able to tell a story in that raw, beautiful way that folk music can, but give it the excitement of improvising that jazz can give. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. The featured artists and singer-songwriters put huge amount of trust in us as a jazz group to reimagine their songs. They have songs that they've spent a lot of time crafting to sound exactly the way they want. And then I come along and ask them, how about we do this one twice as fast? And with a completely different feel and with totally different chords. It's incredible to me that they've always said, sure, let's do it. The creative process of making this music is highly dependent on the unique personalities in the group. And Greg Ritchie is one of my favorite Canadian drummers. You tell him roughly what kind of a feel you want and he'll come back something 10 times better. Roddy Elias, who's one of Canada's jazz guitar legends, and he's a unique voice. He plays the way Roddy plays. And you can't really get him to do anything else, which is a compliment to him. He does what he does best. We've chosen John Geggy, who's Ottawa's premier first call bass player, because he is incredibly reliable as a bass player. He's got a great sound, and he makes really great artistic choices. He's a lot of experience. It's not just about the reading. I think with the artist, with the singer-songwriter, we think about how we could change things and make it more jazzy or more this or more that. And then it's written out carefully with a good enough roadmap that when we actually have a full rehearsal, hopefully all the musicians feel like they can fully invest themselves and be themselves in this music. When an artist writes songs, they usually go through a process where they get to think about their music, they get to practice it and change it and play gig after gig until they've perfected it, and we don't have that luxury. However, what we get with this non-luxury is the pure excitement and the full commitment that every musician in that band knows that we're only doing this once and you gotta give it all. And I think that energy can't be replicated. And even if we did it a second time, it probably wouldn't have that same excitement. That's one of my favorite things about this project is that everybody fully commits themselves to it, and this is a one-time thing, and we're gonna give it everything we've got.